Mr. Speaker, let me go on to the President's State of the Union address. He rejected the Keystone Pipeline a week before the State of the Union. Here's what he says in the State of the Union. It's time to double down on a clean energy industry that never has been more promising. Mr. Speaker, we have an opportunity to do something today about rising energy costs. We have an opportunity to do something today with the Keystone Pipeline. We can put 20,000 workers to work today. We can bring $70 million worth of oil into this country a day. We can do that with Keystone Pipeline. The President says, no, I'm canceling Keystone Pipeline. I'm going to double down on clean energy because it's never been more promising. Mr. Speaker, I believe in clean energy. I believe in clean energy. What I believe in even more, though, is energy independence. And we can't get to energy independence with the clean energy resources that we have today. We have to use the resources that we have here in this country. And once we achieve energy independence, Mr. Speaker, the entire conversation in America will change. The entire conversation will change from how much to from where. And we can do the doubling down on green energy, but the President wants to double down on green energy today. Why? Because it's been his calculation in his 3 years in office, Mr. Speaker, that the environment has never been more promising. Let's see. President's promising environment, Mr. Speaker. Solyndra, bankrupt. Loans guaranteed by the taxpayer, $535 million. $500 million, Mr. Speaker. Sent out the door through crony capitalism in this administration, down the drain, Solyndra, bankrupt. What about Enter One? Guaranteed loans by the taxpayer, $118 million. How'd that project work out? Bankrupt. That's okay, Mr. Speaker. Maybe there's some successes. What about Beacon Power? No. $43 million from taxpayers, Mr. Speaker. How'd that project work out? Bankrupt. President Obama says the environment has never been more promising. If he is looking at the same financials you and I are looking at, Mr. Speaker, he sees bankrupt project after bankrupt project after bankrupt project. And we're doing this. Why? We're sending out government dollars. Why these taxpayer dollars? Why, Mr. Speaker, $500 million to Solyndra, $100 million to Enter One, $43 million to Beacon Power? We're sending those out. Why? Because we have energy needs in this country that cannot be satisfied because the President has stopped the Keystone XL Pipeline, which was going to be built with what? $500 million in government loans? No, with private sector initiatives. Private sector initiatives to bring fuel that we know we can use today to refineries we know we can process it, whether we use it here or whether we export it abroad. The President thinks it's never been a better time than now, Mr. Speaker, on the green energy projects funded by the taxpayer. We see here, Mr. Speaker, those have all been busts.